podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home, but now we have big microphones, so you can relax. That's the name of our podcast.
Hello, welcome to Relax the Podcast. I'm Colleen Ballinger.
You are. Welcome to Relax the Podcast.
And this is Erik who I guess doesn't want to introduce himself.
It is Colleen Ballinger month, as I've seen online.
Huh?
Day 7 of Colleen Ballinger month, year of our Lord.
Well, the day this episode comes out is the 9th, so.
Yeah.
But
can it not be today when we record it, though?
It can be whatever you want it to be, love. That sounds great.
I'm not going to get another argument with you about days of weeks or calendars. Or
I know, it's a bad idea. You might notice that we sound a little raspy or rough around the edges, a bit phlegmy perhaps. We are getting over a little cold. We had a crazy week. We have a lot to talk about today.
Okay.
There was Halloween.
Uh-huh.
There was our twins' first birthday.
Yes.
And there was Flynn's first time vomiting all over you.
Yeah. Yes.
And just in general, which then passed on his little flu to everyone in the family slowly. And we're the last to catch it. And so we sound a little phlegmy, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Right, Lovey?
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. What?
I feel bad blaming him.
I'm not blaming him for anything, but it's just a fact that like he had it. Well, he didn't have it first. He got it from someone else.
Right.
Who knows who the first person was who got this, but anyway, doesn't matter. We all got sick this week. It was a crazy week. We have a lot to talk about with you guys today. A lot of crazy things, including, like I said, Halloween, birthday. It's our anniversary, I think, at some point.
I think tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. What'd you get me?
Literally nothing.
Oh, you didn't?
Did you get me anything?
I did.
No, you didn't. Did you
I always
really?
do. I literally always do.
That is
and then
a blatant lie.
It's not a blatant lie. Every anniversary we've had.
Because we don't remember our anniversary every year. So how could you get me a present on our anniversary?
I still get you a present for anniversary. I know I do. I've done it every year because every year the same thing happens where you're like, what? You did? I didn't get you anything. We said we weren't getting each other anything. Well, I did, love.
Oh, dang it. Okay, well then I have to go shopping tonight.
No, you don't.
I didn't get you anything. I thought we didn't do anniversaries.
I know you didn't. I didn't expect you to.
Okay, well, I guess it's our anniversary.
Not a big thing. Just like a little thing.
Okay. Well, we got a lot to talk about, but first I want to talk about our relaxes. Can I go first this week?
Sure.
It's very niche, my relax.
Okay.
You won't relate, I don't think.
That's fine.
And I'm curious if anyone else out there relates, which is why I wanted to talk about it today, because it's something that really grinds my gears.
Yeah.
Really upsets me. Okay. If you have long hair and you curl it, straighten it, do anything to it that requires some sort of device that has a cord that plugs into an outlet. One of my biggest pet peeves in the world, drives me freaking bananas.
Is what?
Oh my God.
Say it.
We talk. Is when it gets caught on like, while you're doing your hair, it like will get caught on one of the knobs on like the cabinets of the sink in the bathroom.
Your hair will?
No, the cord of the curling iron, the blow dryer, the straightener, whatever it is. I can't explain to you how infuriating it is to me when that happens.
I think that's what you're doing right now.
What?
You're explaining to me that it's infuriating when the cord gets wrapped around the knob.
Yeah, but I can't explain in words how infuriating it is. That's what I'm saying. Like, it makes me so upset. And I'm wondering if anyone else out there experiences this and gets irrationally angry about this as well.
So you need
because it makes me so upset. Like when I'll be like curling my hair and I'll like get a chunk and I'll curl it and then I'll go up to do the next chunk and it'll get caught on like
something,
on the cabinet of the
specifically the cabinet
knob.
knob.
Like cabinet knob.
Yeah.
And it happens every time. It makes me so upset.
Yeah.
And I hate it. It's very frustrating.
I think you articulated that very well, love. I understand that that grinds your gears, as you say.
But I need to know if this is frustrating for anyone else out there. If this is just me and I need to get over it.
Can I ask some questions?
Of course.
So you need a curling iron to curl your hair. Are we talking? So does this happen also with a straightening iron?
Yeah, anything that has a cord.
Okay. Do they make cordless versions of these products?
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, if they do, they probably suck. You'd have to like charge them, but I don't think they do.
Have you ever considered doing this in a place that is not at that sink with all the knobs?
Of course. I've done it on the floor. You've seen me straighten my hair all over the place in all different kinds of places.
So why you keep going back to the knobby place?
Because there's a mirror. So it makes sense to stand at the mirror where you get ready for the day.
I feel like I've seen you doing it by the stand-up mirror, which is a mirror, and doesn't have a sink or knobs.
It's not as comfortable. That's where your straightener is. That's where your curling iron is. It's in the bathroom, in those drawers that the knob has.
What if you before you started curling your hair, you opened the drawers so that the knobs...
That's bad too, because then the cord gets stuck on the bottom of the cabinet. Like the open cabinet, it gets stuck on the cabinet underneath it, which is even worse.
Yeah. Now, how is this a cord management problem?
No, it's just something that happens.
These cords are well kept?
Yeah, it's just a cord. I mean, I don't know. You can't not have a cord on it.
Can it be like, can you keep the cord like up on the sink as opposed to letting it dingle dangle?
You can try, but you have to move the curling iron or straightening iron all around your head. So you can't keep it up the whole time.
Yeah.
It makes me so upset. And I just need to know. I just need someone else out there to be like, yeah, this makes me upset too. I hate that too. Because
it just really bothers you and you just need affirmation.
It's irrational how angry I get at inanimate objects when this happens. Like I want to yell at the cabinet knob as though it's a human or like it has a personality. It's a living thing.
It sounds like you need a cord wrangler.
Like someone to just stand there while I'm straightening my hair.
They have those on sets. Like there's someone who's like in charge of like making sure all like those different cables and cords are tucked under rugs and going,
I just think this one's unavoidable. I don't know.
Do they make like one that's like the cord is like retractable, like those keychains that like fancy people wear where they can go
I don't know, maybe, but like here's the thing is it's not like an iPhone cord or something where it's just like, they're all kind of the same. Like you have to get a specific type of curling iron or straightener that works with your hair.
Right.
And there's different kinds of curling irons. There's the 1 inch barrel. There's the 3/4 inch barrel. There's 1.5 inch barrel. There's ceramic ones. There's really nice straighteners. There's crappy straighteners. There's blow dryers that do different things. There's diffusers. So it's like you'd have to they don't have them like cord retractor things. And they're all different. They all have cords. It's just things that happens.
So the cords is unchangeable, unmovable, let's say.
Yes.
So what about knobs? Can we change the knobs to like a different kind of knob?
Well, a knob's a knob. How are you going to open up the cabinet with no knob?
A more minimal knob or like only like a top hook knob. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Just a top hook knob.
Is it one specific knob or is it all knobs?
All knobs.
Okay.
Any knob. It gets caught on any knob.
Okay.
So
like
that's
the ones under the sink?
What?
Like the knobs, like to open the cabinet under the sink. Like, because next to the sink is drawers.
Yeah, those two. It gets caught on both.
Get caught on the drawers?
Yes.
Close the drawers. They don't have knobs.
They have like closed. What are you talking about?
They have like a hook pull. They don't have knobs.
Some drawers have knobs.
Not in our house though. Not in the bathroom you speak of.
It just got caught in one. Literally just.
Okay, I have another question.
Okay.
Now these things, I generally, when I walk into a bathroom, they're not put away. They're like half in the sink, half and like plugged in. As a layman here,
no, they're not plugged in the sink. I don't leave them plugged in.
Okay, but like when I do, then just abstract. If I did find one plugged in, is it on?
No.
They just
turn it off.
Okay.
You just turn it on and off. There's an on and off button.
So it could just be plugged in. Both of these products?
Both.
Yeah, like a curling iron and a straightening iron.
Oh, yeah. All of them have on-off buttons. Ones that I have, yeah.
Because I don't use them, and it frightens me when I go into a bathroom and they're on the sink and plugged in. Because I always feel like
I usually unplug them, but if they are plugged in and I'm not in there,
they're hot.
No, I turn them off.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure, turn them off. That's Danger Town, USA.
Okay.
Anyway, that's who I think needs to relax.
Isn't knobs?
No, I like knobs. I just don't like that the cord of your hair things gets caught on the knobs when you're trying to do your hair.
Do you have this problem with hair dryers?
Yes. Anything that you have to stand in front of the mirror and do your hair with that has a cord, yes, it gets caught on it.
Is that all of them?
Curling irons, straightening irons, hair dryers, crimpers, if you use those. Anything that has a cable.
A plug-in crimper.
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
You never heard of a crimper?
No, I've heard of a crimper, but
I'm excited you said that because one of the things I wanted to do today in the podcast was kind of quiz your knowledge on some womanly things.
I thought you were going to say crimp my hair.
I would love to crimp your hair.
What would that look like?
Crazy. It would look crazy.
You're going to ask me about...
You'll see.
Do you have a game?
It's not a game. I'm just going to quiz you on your knowledge of women's things.
Okay.
But first, I want to talk about one of my favoriteest things ever, which is our first sponsor, base.
Knobs.
Not knobs. It's base. It can be hard to fit everything in, especially when it comes to luggage. With base, there's room for everything, even if you're an overpacker like me. 15 pairs of underwear for a weekend trip? No problem. Couple extra pairs of pants? Bring it all with base. Base was created by actress Shay Mitchell, the queen herself, to make sleek and affordable bags, luggage, and accessories designed to help you travel effortlessly while still looking fashionable. Base has thought of everything you could ever want in a piece of luggage. 360-degree gliding wheels, a cushioned handle, built-in weight indicator, washable bags for your dirty clothes, and all the interior pockets you need to keep organized. Their luggage comes in multiple sizes and colors, and for shorter trips, the Weekender bag is super functional and even has a place to store your shoes separately.
It does.
Every piece is made to look better with miles, so you don't have to worry about it in cargo or overhead. And Base has over 30,000 five-star reviews. Whether you're packing for a quick trip or looking to breeze through the security line, Base has your personal items covered. We love Base luggage in this house. Let me tell you what.
It literally changed my life.
He might sound like he's being sarcastic.
I'm not.
He's being dead serious. He's like obsessed.
I was a duffel bag guy because I thought it looked cool to carry a duffel bag. Being uncomfortable for decades, never having a nice carry-on rolling suitcase. Then I got a Base one, and it has actually changed my life.
Yeah, they're fabulous.
Especially how much we travel.
I travel a lot, and it's my favorite luggage I've ever had. I am 100% serious. I love it so much.
That cushioned handle, it's like holding hands with a newborn baby.
Oh, that's strange. Right now, Base is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/relax. Go to basetravel.com/relax for 15% off your first purchase. That's BEIS travel.com/relax. Alrighty, love. Do you have a relax this week?
I do have a relax this week. I got a couple things that need to relax this week. I'm going to start off by saying I think the engineers at Starbucks who designed their cups need to relax.
What?
Colleen Ballinger, you are my wife. You have an addiction. It is to the tumblers they sell at Starbucks. I don't know you as a collector. Do you have any collections of things besides this? Because I consider you a collector of these tumbler cups from Starbucks.
No.
You don't really collect much, but that's something when we go into a Starbucks, you'll be like, oh, they have that one. And like, you'll have to get it. Like it's a Pokemon card or something like that.
Well, it's not like,
you'll be like, this one's rare. You never see these ones anywhere.
No, it's just because I like them. I like the way that my water tastes them.
But you have said that this one is rare and that one is not rare.
By the way, right now I am ripping off rhinestones that I put on my phone last night. So if you see me using my hand aggressively down below, I'm almost done.
On camera, it might look itchy.
I rhinestoned this phone case and they started coming off. And so now I'm like obsessively picking them all off because I don't want them to just fall off at random.
Uh-huh.
So I'm getting them. I have one more. I did it. Okay, sorry. Continue. Starbucks cups.
Yeah, it was very distracting.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm done.
So they make these tumbler cups, right?
Yes.
Then they come up with different versions of them seasonally, every week it seems. And we have an entire dedicated floor-to-ceiling cabinet with just these Starbucks tumblers in it. And none of them have tops.
I know, none of them match.
And this is so strange to me that if I'm the Starbucks Corporation and I am manufacturing these tumblers, I would think just universally each lid would work with each cup.
Right, really dumb.
How different can these design be? It is unbelievable to me that every lid to these cups will only match the singular one tumbler. And I'm talking about out of 20, out of 30, out of 40. Like they're not universal in any way, shape, or form. So we end up having a bunch of tumblers and like a stack of lids. And like, good luck to you if you can figure out which lid goes on which cup. Like you can't figure it out. And you love to drink out of these things, and Flynn loves to drink out of these things. Mm-hmm. And so I'm always having to like, if you ask me to get you water or if he does, like, what am I supposed to do here? I've given up on them. I don't use them.
Yeah.
I can't. And if I do use them, I don't even try and put a lid on it. I'm like, this is going to be a lidless. I'm going to live recklessly and just have no lid on this beverage, which is,
Yeah, I agree. That's a big flaw. But you know what?
But they do that on purpose.
My tumblers, the lids go on all of them.
Yeah, you sell tumblers.
I sell tumblers and the lids are interchangeable, which is nice.
That was a nice subtle merch plug.
I didn't mean to.
There.
It's just something I was thinking about.
Yeah, just a cash.
Yeah, I'm not
plug.
as obsessed with the Starbucks tumblers as I used to be. I used to be very obsessed with them, but now I found other tumblers that I like.
Yeah, now you have your own.
My own, and then there's other ones that I like that keep my...
Where are those available?
Mine?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is there a code?
Probably. I have no idea, honestly.
I just think it's very obvious that they're like, well, people are going to lose these lids and whatever, and they're just going to have to buy another cup, thinking that they'll keep the lid with that cup. This time, one dishwasher cycle later, you don't have the matching lid, and you never will again. And I think it's a big scam.
Yeah, I agree with that,
and I think
actually.
that's definitely on purpose. And I think people should not buy these cups from them anymore.
Well, I like the cups. I think they're cute, and I think you can keep buying them, but just know that that's the flaw.
Unless you're really organized with that stuff, which we
well, maybe I'll organize it today with all that time that I have.
Yeah, you should organize a cupboard of tumbler cups today.
Okay. Do you want to talk about periods?
Not sure. I had another thing.
Oh, sure. Let's hear about your other relax. Is it periods?
Fine. Yeah.
Is it periods?
Why did you just fire right into what do I want to talk about? Is this with your game?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you were done talking about. I thought you'd segued out of the tumbler lid.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I had. I had another story
that I
needed to relax, but I can save it for another
it's
week.
Better. Your stories are always better than periods.
I don't know about that. I was going to say the two guys in front of me at 7-Eleven a week or two ago need to relax. I didn't tell you this story.
No,
but there was these two guys ahead of me in 7-Eleven, and they had a very spirited conversation with a woman who was working at 7-Eleven because they needed a specific kind of very spicy chicken bite that 7-Eleven sells.
Okay.
Now, I'm not too privy on like the foods at 7-Eleven, like in like the food bar. I don't really eat that. Mm-hmm. Like I know that they have pizzas, and I know there's like metal hot cylinders rolling things on them, whether they be hot dogs or they look kind of like taquitos, some things, but like bigger.
Flautas.
Okay, yeah. I've never eaten those. Not what they were after. They were after specifically the spiciest chicken bite that they sold there, because this kind of bro-ish guy was convincing the woman there that his gardener had sent him there because it's the best option for killing raccoons.
What?
Yes.
Why did you keep this information from me?
I've been trying to say this whole time. You started talking about periods.
No, I mean, you said you did this last week and you didn't tell me for a whole week.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about it until I was like, oh, what should I talk about it?
That's so sad.
Yeah. So I guess he's, for whatever reason, he wanted to murder a raccoon or raccoons. And on the advice of his gardener, he said, go to 7-Eleven and buy the spicy chicken bites and leave them out.
Wow.
And you will kill the raccoons. And so then I was so upset by this. I like that somebody would purposefully hurt a raccoon like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems pretty evil.
So then I Googled like, are raccoons bad for gardens? And it said no. Like the only thing they'll do is if you have like fresh sod or whatever, they might try and like reach under there to find worms. But I think raccoons are like cute.
Yeah, I think they're cute too.
And I don't find them also a nuisance terrifying in my life.
Same. I wouldn't want to kill one.
I don't really run into them that often. And when I do, they're not threatening to me. They kind of just scurry away or
wow,
whatever.
That's crazy.
But yeah, to actively be like, I'm going to murder one with a spicy chicken bite.
Yeah.
I just thought it was just such an absurd human conversation to overhear.
Right.
Yeah.
That's insane. I wonder if did they have it? Did the guy say like, yeah, they're right over there? You're the third person today asking for these?
No, not that, but they did buy them and then like go out. And it's like these two like kind of bro-y guys, and they were like,
oh my God.
They were like way too excited about it. You know?
Oh, that's so sad. Rest in peace, those raccoons.
So I hope the raccoons in their garden are like, we're like, no thanks to this spicy.
I know, that's so sad.
Spicy chicken.
That's awful.
Yeah. What's the spiciest chicken you ever had?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Stumped you.
Yeah, I don't know. I often don't think about spicy chicken I've eaten.
No? Wait, you ever get like the spicy chicken sandwich at McDonald's?
No, I don't. The only one, like sometimes at Wendy's, I accidentally
Chick-fil-A.
get the spicy.
No, thank you.
Spicy one, and yeah, I don't like it. I like regular chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the spicy kind as much. I don't mind spice. I just, if I'm going for a fast food chicken burger, I don't want the spice on it.
Are you can you handle spice? Like if you were the type of person to like be in one of those like spice contests?
I can if it tastes good. Like I think that like if something is really, really delicious, but has a lot of spice and it's really spicy, then I don't mind it as much. Like I don't mind like, oh, I'm sweating. It's kind of hot, but it tastes so good. But if it like, it's just spicy to be spicy, then like, no, I don't like it.
Right.
Like I don't like the feeling of spice.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they have like spice contests where people like there's like the Scoville scale, like and whatever, they'll eat the spiciest peppers in the world, and like, but they don't die, right?
I don't know. I know there's a one chip challenge where there's like a singular chip you can buy.
I've seen this, yeah,
and it's like
I've seen it in the store, and then I've seen it on like
You've
line.
seen it at the store?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Like I wouldn't do that. There's no way I would do that.
I've seen what looks like people being like hurt by this.
Yeah.
But they don't have people died from the one chip challenge?
I don't think so. I think they just vomit a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you like spice?
Not like crazy spice, but like I don't mind it. I add spice to like breakfast foods like
like hot sauce. I love a Cholula.
Cholula, yeah.
Yeah, I love a spice. Tabasco. Although Tabasco's a little jarring and scary and not fun to me because that was one of my punishments as a child. Tabasco sauce.
Tabasco sauce I don't like. Like the
Did
brand
you get
Tabasco?
that as a kid?
No, I think
you said something bad.
Soap.
Soap in your mouth?
I think so, yeah.
I got Tabasco sauce in the mouth. That was not good.
I don't know that it could have.
My mom had a tiny little Tabasco
those
sauce
little
bottle,
ones, like from a hotel.
Purse.
Yeah.
So now, even though I like hot sauce a lot, I can't have Tabasco because it makes me think of my childhood and getting in trouble. So I can't eat it. And the worst is when I'd refuse to let my mom put it on my tongue because she'd be like, stick your tongue out. I'm putting Tabasco sauce on it if you said something really bad. And I remember if I kept my mouth closed and be like, no. She put it on her finger and rub it, like get into my mouth with her finger and rub it. And it would get on my gums because she'd like rub it and she'd try to get it in my mouth. And that hurt so bad.
Oh my God. What did you do?
It's better to just stick out your tongue and let it drip on your tongue than to let her rub it into your gums.
Kids? What? Yeah.
I don't think anyone does this anymore. Like no one certainly does this now.
What could I do to convince you right now for me to go get Tabasco from her fridge and have you rub it on your gums?
I wouldn't do that.
Oh.
I would taste it, but I wouldn't rub it on my gums.
I might.
What?
I don't know. What did you do to get this punishment? Do you remember?
Yeah, you'd say a bad word. You'd say something rude, talk back, say the word stupid. That was a really bad word. If you said that's stupid, I go, no, I don't. Like if I talked back to my parents and yelled at them.
Now, would you consider that gentle parenting?
No.
Rubbing Tabasco sauce in someone's gums?
I would not consider that gentle parenting at all. But I do think my parents were doing their best, and I'm not angry about that at all. I think they're incredible parents, and I only got it a couple times. This wasn't like a daily occurrence. Yeah. This was like maybe twice this happened, and I was really
the way
sassy
you were like
and
she
rude.
kept it in her purse and made it sound like this is happening.
Well, she had 4 kids,
yeah,
and it was more of a threat. It was like if we'd talk back, she'd like pull it out and be like, "Hey, I have this with me."
Wow.
So it was more like just seeing it would make us behave.
Was it always the same? Did she ever like run through that little tiny bottle, or was it always the same one? Do you think because like she never had to use that much?
I don't remember. I just know that like if she would just mention it, or I'd see it and I'd be like, oh no.
Did you get it the worst out of your siblings? Were
no,
you the
Trent did.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were the talkbacker one.
No, I think Trent got it probably more than anyone, but no one got it a lot. Like it was like I said, it was just a couple of times. My parents were good about like warning us about
before rubbing
a punishment.
Tabasco sauce in your gums.
Yeah, it would be like, we'd get a warning. We'd be like, hey, if you continue this behavior, something's going to happen, and it's going to be some Tabasco sauce. Yeah, some people do soap. My parents did Tabasco. And my grandma did it too. That's where my mom got it, I think.
Well, maybe during the next break, I'll see if we have any. We
do have Tabasco sauce because the other day I wanted scrambled eggs with Cholula on top and we didn't have any Cholula. So I pulled out the Tabasco sauce and I put it on my scrambled eggs. And
you
it was
immediately
horrible.
brought back to childhood trauma?
I couldn't eat it. I was like, ugh. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
So
it sounds because I feel like taste, smell very tied to core memories. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like that would bring you right back there.
But yeah, I'm
stupid.
Again, my parents were doing their best. I think they're great parents.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I did get Tabasco sauce. We do not do Tabasco sauce for our children. It's not something we do. But you got soap. What were other punishments you got? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. Though I think the main was gonna get our parents. No, I'm not gonna get our parents in trouble.
No, I think it was a different time, unfortunately, and just like everyone, it just I don't know, it's just different, and yeah, I don't know.
I remember there was always the threat of my father, but he was like the way easier one. I don't know if like you can relate to that, but it was like I would rather be disciplined by my father than my mom. But he would do this thing where you'd have to like kind of hold out your hand, and then he would kind of like
Give a little bop.
A little bop on the top of your hand, which is kind of just like a game that people play, like that game where you put your hands and you do that. And I remember like, maybe this was some of my earliest acting was like, would that hurt me? I would, you know what I mean? It would be like a smack on the top of the head. Like Academy Award, like for how much pain that caused me. Like
a bop on the hand.
Joke's on you.
You know what's funny is that like we don't obviously do any of those things with our kids, but one thing we do both do, I've heard you say it and I've said it, is like if Flynn does something, acts a certain way that he shouldn't, or, you know, acts out or whatever, we'll be like, oh wait, let's talk. I'm going to talk to daddy about this. Or you'll be like, let's tell mommy what happened. And he has a reaction as, you know, like he'll always be like, no. Yeah. And I'm like, but we don't do bops on the hands or Tabasco or anything. We just like talk about our feelings.
No, that's just psychological warfare. We're
like,
just
don't
like,
tell anyone else.
Yeah,
because
there's like shame involved.
Yeah,
I feel
poor
like
guy. But yeah, no. There's something about like just the parent saying, I'm going to tell the other parent. That's like very freaky.
Right. And I think that's just been around forever.
I guess so. You know what else has been around forever that blows my mind that it works? And I always was like, that's so stupid. That doesn't work. And then we became parents and it just like, it's deep inside you. And when you become a parent, sometimes it just comes out, I guess. Counting. Like, why does counting work? We've never said like, okay, when I count to 3, you're going to get in trouble or whatever. Like, we don't say that. We just go like, we'll say, Flynn's time for dinner. And if he doesn't come, you'll be like 1, 2, and he'll come running.
Yeah, he just runs. I don't know.
But we've never gotten to 3.
Something about a countdown really like revs them up. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I don't know why that's like innate in parents to like count and why kids go like, oh, they're counting. I gotta go.
Yeah, it's like not paying attention, not listening to me, not a bang. And I could just go 5, 4, and
he'll just run.
Dead sprint out of nowhere. Like,
and then we've never gotten to 1. And we've never said what would happen if we did get to 1.
He's also very fast. Yeah.
I think maybe he likes the race. I don't know. But you just reminded me of something when you said your dad would give you a little boppy. I played a game that's horrendous in high school.
Does it involve quarters?
No.
Oh, I thought this is a different game than I thought you were going to say that.
No, everyone would close their eyes and you put your hands out and on the count of 3, there'd be one person who's it. And you'd put up 1 thumb, 2 thumbs, or no thumbs. And if you matched the person who was it, they got to take 2 fingers and you put your arm out like this, like wrist up. And with the 2 fingers, the person who's it get to smack as hard as they could on your forearm. It hurts and it leaves a huge welt because it's very sensitive skin right here. It leaves massive welt.
Would you do me the honor of smacking me with 2 fingers?
I would love nothing more.
Because I can't imagine that this hurts.
It hurts. And for some reason this was fun. Like we would stand in a circle and do this and we'd all be like, look at all the welts on my arm. And we'd like brag about like the big welts on our arms.
With 2 fingers? You're just going to...
Yeah, use 2 fingers. And okay. Now
I'm easily weltable. I will say this.
Yeah, you are. How did that feel? That's how you do it. That's the game.
Those 2 fingers on your hand are very strong.
That's how it works. So then you wait and it'll welt. And then you get all these welts on your forearm. And in theater, we'd be like, look at the welts on my arm. Cool. And it was like, we were just like beating each other up for no reason. We thought it was so fun.
I should have put the mic here.
I'm sure you could have heard it. So you can start to see my 2 little fingies on your arm.
I have sensitive skin.
So we're going to say thanks to our next sponsor. And when we're done, I bet that's going to be a nice
violent games from
I cannot wait. I heard this quarter thing. I want to know about this quarter game. Okay, hold on. We're going to say thanks to our next sponsor, which is Indeed. If you shield away from challenges, you wouldn't be the person you are today. Need to hire someone who loves a good challenge as much as you do? To find them fast, you need Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates with the right skills when you can do it all with Indeed. Find top talent fast with Indeed's suite of powerful hiring tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessments, and virtual interviews. Hate waiting? Indeed's U.S. data shows over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates whose resume on Indeed matches their job description the moment they sponsor a job. Some people love Indeed because it makes hiring all in one place so easy. Indeed helps star applicants shine before the interview with over 135 graded assessment tests they can take from cooking to coding. Indeed helps you see your top talent's abilities in Flash by adding any of 135 graded assessment tests to your job posts. Select for the skills that matter. With Indeed assessments, you can pick from over 100 skill tests and add them to your job posts. That way you can find candidates with the right skills fast. Indeed assessments can even give you a window into how candidates will be on the job. On average, applicants who scored proficient plus on the reliability assessments were nearly 8 times more likely to consistently attend work, according to US Indeed data. Indeed assessments help take the stress out of the interview process. Candidates get to show their skills before the interview so you can dive deeper into talking about what's important to you. Join over 3 million businesses worldwide using Indeed to hire great talent fast. Indeed knows when you're growing your business, so you have to make every dollar count. That's why with Indeed, you only pay for quality applicants that match your must-have job requirements. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/relax to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/relax. Indeed.com/relax. Terms and conditions may apply. All right, love, I want to hear about this quarter game.
Welt check.
Welt check, dude. That is like Welton Town, USA. It's pretty welty.
Yeah, I can see how if you did it up the arm.
Oh, yeah. And you'd like brag about how your welts were so huge on your arm. I don't know what it was about that. But
it reminds me, we used to do that with Twizzlers. You ever do that with a Twizzler? You ever hit another human being with a Twizzler?
With a Twizzler?
Yeah.
No, that sounds awful.
Not an ad for Twizzlers. No. But if you hit someone in the arm with a Twizzler, it'll leave an exact mark of a Twizzler, like the ridges of a Twiz.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never tried that.
So I remember people would do that. And the quarter game was like, so terrible and like so unhygienic, but you would have to put your like knuckles down on a table across the lunch table from another adolescent. And then you would take a quarter like this and go ding and fling it and try and like cut their knuckles with the quarter. And you can get some speed on a quarter that way. Like it's
just for no reason, just to hurt the other person.
Yeah. I guess to see how long you could stay in the game. And but people would be like bleeding from the knuckles in this. Yeah.
I never played that one.
No,
I never played that one.
Never hurt another person with a quarter or a Twizzler.
I don't think so. Not to my knowledge. I could have, unbeknownst to me.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, I never did that. Interesting. Why are we so violent in high school?
I don't know. Did you have more violence towards other?
I mean, that's pretty violent. My favorite game in theater was like to just like, we'd all stand in a circle and like smack each other.
Yeah. Bloody Knuckles was the one where you'd like hit the other person's knuckles too.
I never did that one.
No? You're just smacking just 2 fingers at a time.
2 fingers on the forearm.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's it.
Yeah, I think so. We also played this other game in theater that was called Wormies or something like that. I think I've told you about this one. No, it's really lame.
Definitely never told me about Wormies.
Yes, I have told you about this.
I'm very suspect about Wormies.
I have told you about this.
A bunch of theater kids playing a game called Wormies. Like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm turning off this podcast now if I'm listening to it.
It's so dumb. So it would be, we'd always play it at like closing night. Like after the show would close, like we'd all have like a closing night party somewhere, cast party somewhere. And what you would do is you'd have a bunch of water bottles, the same amount of water bottles as the people sitting at the table. There's a big table. And one of the water bottles has warm tap water in it. And tap water, where I grew up, you're not supposed to drink it. Like, it's not good water. It's very bad water. Warm tap water that tastes like literal toilet. And then the rest were normal water bottles. So then you all throw the water bottles all around at each other. And then I'm trying to remember the rules. I think it was like the water bottles all fall off the table until there's one water bottle left on the table. And like whoever touches it last for something has to chug it. Like, so whenever there's only one water bottle left on the table, whoever touches it, when it's the final water bottle on the table, you have to chug it.
Don't follow, but okay, go on.
So then you chug this water bottle. And once that water bottle is empty, you fill it another water bottle. So now this one is full of warm tap water. You put all the water bottles back on the table.
How do they get knocked off?
You just throw them around. Like, you just slide them all around. It's so stupid. I know. It doesn't make any sense. I don't even know if I remember. This is high school.
This is a cast party?
Yes. And so you keep doing this until you're chugging. Everyone's having to chug full water bottles full of water. But sometimes you get the warm tap water.
Ooh.
And everyone's like, oh my God, chug, chug, chug. But it's water.
Do they go, Wormies?
Yes.
No.
I never participated in this because I was like, I can't drink an entire bottle of water. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Because I don't drink water. So I was like, I can't participate in this game. Like, my body will explode if I drink a full bottle of water. So I never played, but I just like watch everyone play.
You were too shy for Wormies?
Yeah, I was too shy.
This sounds just like the cast parties that we would have.
I'm so sure.
That's
the lamest thing you've ever heard in your life. Yeah, it's pretty lame.
Have you ever been in a fight?
A physical fight?
Yeah.
No, but I've been punched in the face.
Okay.
But I didn't fight. Very bad. Yeah, I got a welt.
Where?
I was like above my eye. Like my forehead.
You got punched in the forehead?
I think it was meant to be in the eye, but bad aim.
Yeah.
You
can't miss that forehead.
No!
I'm sorry. Like, I love you. I think you're the most beautiful person on the planet, but you really teed me up for that one. You often say you have a joke in your show about your big.
I do have a big forehead, but you're not supposed to say it.
You know. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Big foreheads can be beautiful, just not on me.
I have a big forehead.
You literally don't.
I do.
What are you saying?
It's not comparable to yours, but I'm just saying
you need to not double down right now. Anyway.
So some girls, I'm assuming it was a woman, punched you in the forehead.
Well, it wasn't a woman. It was another girl. Like I was in high school. Mm-hmm. But other than that, no, I've never been in like a physical fight. I know you
probably can't tell us the story of this fight.
I think I've told sort of. This girl, she was a friend of mine that I, don't have any interactions with anymore for legal reasons. But
allegedly,
she was an aggressive girl.
Yeah,
and she got angry once.
What did you do?
Punched me. We were so she was sleeping over at my house, as you do in high school. You spend the night at your friend's house.
Did you call her stupid?
No. That would have gotten me Tabasco sauce,
right.
love.
That was the callback.
No, we were fighting over who was going to sleep. So one of us would sleep on the bed and one would sleep on the floor. And we'd always switch off who slept on my bed and who slept on the floor when she'd spend the night. And it was my turn to sleep on the bed. But she's like, but I want to sleep on the bed. So we were like wrestling on the bed, like joking around, like laughing, like, I know, we're like literally laughing. And she fell off the bed. I didn't push her. We all know I'm too weak to like push someone off a bed. But she fell off the bed onto her back. And I leaned over the side of the bed to go, oh my God, are you okay? And when I did that, she punched me in the face.
Oh.
Like she flipped. And she was just kind of like that. She'd be like, fine. And then all of a sudden she'd like switch and be like very angry, very aggressive.
So she's on the ground.
On her back.
And you're on a bed leaning over her.
To check on her if she's okay.
To the forehead.
She punched me in the face. And I was in shock because I was like, oh my God, like we were just wrestling, having fun.
Yeah.
And then she would snap so quickly, like when she got mad.
She hit you hard?
Yes, I got a welt. And right after she did, she said, don't tell your mom. And she stormed out of my room.
Did she leave your house?
I don't remember. I really don't. She could have spent the night. She could have gone home. I don't remember.
Did you cry?
No, I was just in shock. I couldn't believe it. I'd never been punched in my life.
Did you tell your mom?
I don't remember. I don't remember anything.
Did she get the bed?
Yeah, of course.
It sounds like she got the bed.
Punched me in the face.
Sounds like she got the bed.
Yeah. If she stayed, I'm sure she got the bed. I don't remember if she stayed or not. I don't remember anything past that. But yeah, she was a little scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened.
Okay.
But I know you've talked a lot about the fights you've been in on this podcast before.
Oh, have I? I guess so.
Yeah. But I couldn't, because I remember I couldn't believe like you got in fights with people. I remember one like was just outside and like someone punched you from the back of the head or something. You ended up on the ground.
That's kind of how most of the, I think there's only there's a couple in high school and it was always, I was punched in the face, but like from behind with my hands in my pockets. Like I was sucker punched.
Yeah.
As they say.
Right. It's very scary, but I've never been in a situation like that.
No.
Is it okay if I ask you questions about periods?
You've been dying to this whole time. I don't think I could stop you if I wanted to.
No, it's not that. It's just like I thought it would be fun.
For you.
Well, yeah, for everyone, because we've talked about before, like how I asked you a year or two ago, how do pads work? And you didn't know. Right. Remember?
You tape them to your skin.
That's what you thought. Right. Yes. You thought you taped it to your skin.
What else? What would I think?
So, I've seen some people on TikTok, they're promoting the elections coming up, people to go vote. And they're saying, hey, women, get out and vote because these men are making decisions on their body. Yes. And I'm about to vote as well. Of course, we're voting. Everyone should go vote. Although when this comes out, voting will be over. Darn.
But there will be more voting, I'm sure, in the future.
Yes, always vote.
We'll see.
But anyway, I saw this stuff on TikTok. People were promoting to go vote and they're asking these questions. I was like, oh, these are interesting. I wonder if Erik knows the answers to these. I feel like you probably do now because you know more about this stuff now.
About feminine hygiene?
Yeah. So first of all, now you know how a pad works, which is one of the questions they were asking people.
Of course.
But now I have some other questions. Tampons.
Yeah.
You know what a tampon is. You know how tampons work.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this before, but there's different sizes of tampons.
Mm-hmm.
What are the different sizes for?
Different size holes. Different holes.
Like meaning different holes on a woman or like, so like
the smaller ones are for the back. I couldn't even say but. I was too embarrassed to say even. But no, I assume they're for different. I assume that could come into play. I know maybe there's some people that wouldn't admit that, but like I'm assuming that could come into play. Not different holes, but like different
sizes of holes.
But also a thing has to do with like flow.
That's correct.
Streamage.
It's about flow. It's not about
streaming quality.
It's about flow size, and not so much the size of the hole.
Right.
Most guys did not know the answer to that one, so good job. How long are you supposed to wear a tampon? Do you know how long?
48 hours.
One singular tampon for 48 hours?
No, I think do you have to change it every time you pee?
I'm asking you.
I think you probably wear it for up to like six hours, but I would assume like I feel like you change it every time you pee. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's actually 6 hours, right? It's 4 to 6 hours, 48 hours. Every 48 hours.
So I hit it right in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. So you know things.
That's how long I would keep it there.
Can you pee with a tampon in?
I think scientifically you could, right? We're talking about different holes.
Yes, there are different holes. Uh-huh. Yeah. You know more than most guys.
I was really confident about that.
Yeah.
And I don't think you pee out of the period one.
You don't think?
Sometimes you do. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure you could. I mean, if you can keep it in for 6 hours, unless someone's not peeing within 6 hours, I would assume they would like have to take it out and then put it back in the same one.
So you can do that though. You can take one out and put it back in, right?
No, I wouldn't do that. I don't think you could do that because then you would need the applicator again, right? Yeah.
Well, also it'd be covered in blood and it's already been in your body. Yeah, no, you can't reuse a tampon.
Right. No, I didn't say that.
No. And you can pee with one in.
Yeah, that's what I said.
However, you have to get a little strategic because you don't want the string to get pee on it because then it's just uncomfortable. You know, it's just like a wet string in your underwear.
You really know how to set a scene.
So you have to like get it out the way, you know? Uh-huh. So yeah, but I usually change it when I go pee. Anyway, this one actually surprised me the first time I learned this. This is my final question for you. How much blood does a woman shed during her period?
In cups?
Sure. And whatever you want to use, whatever metric.
What metric are we using here?
Whatever you want.
Fluid ounces?
Sure.
A gallon.
An
entire menstrual cycle?
During one menstrual cycle, during one period.
I feel like it's going to be something high. So I'm going to say, a gallon is a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, what's a quart?
I can look up the exact.
I'm going to say, what's your answer going to be in?
I can't tell you that.
Because that's going to give it away?
Yeah.
Which makes me think it's gallons. So, but geez, gallons? I mean.
A quart is a quarter of a gallon.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 6 quarts.
So 6 quarts is a gallon and a half.
Yeah.
That's how much you think?
Of what are we talking on specifically? Pee and blood or just
No, just blood. Wait, pee? Where did pee come into play? We're just talking about blood. How much blood comes out?
I'm so uncomfortable.
All right. So you think a gallon and a half per period?
I feel like that's a lot.
Yeah. So is that your final answer?
It's too much.
Okay.
I don't know. Because sometimes I've walked in the bathroom and you've forgotten to flush. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, that is many quarts. I'm going to say 2. How long does a period last?
That was my next question. Do you know how long a period lasts?
I'm going to say 3 quarts. 3/4 of a gallon.
2 to 5 tablespoons. I think I would have to go to the hospital if I lost that much blood.
You should flush more, by the way, but you should be proactive about that. But I feel like I've seen.
I know.
Maybe that wasn't a.
But I was shocked by that because I've always been like, well, that's it? Because it seems like so much more. So when I first heard that information many years ago, I was like, there's no way. It's only 2 to 5 tablespoons.
I can see why you couldn't give me the measurement indicator then.
So how many days?
I was going to say gallons.
I would literally die.
That was me like under guessing, by the way.
How many days is a period? How long does a period last?
For you?
Just in
28
average.
days. A
period, not the menstrual cycle.
6 days, 7 days, a week, 4 days.
You're right. All those answers are right. It's like 4 to 7 days usually for women. And then the last question is this. What is a period?
It's like you're shedding your uterine lining.
Look at you knowing the exact answer.
Vaginal canal.
See, you knew way more than most men. Most men don't know the answers to any of these things. I'm very impressed with you.
Yeah, it's always fascinated me. I'm always reading.
I was just interested when I was watching these 6 I was like, I wonder if Erik knows the answer to these.
Yeah. Did I disappoint?
No, that was fabulous. I fell more in love with you.
I only got one wrong, and it was
pretty wrong, but it was entertaining. The next sponsor I want to talk about right now is Honey Love. Let's say thanks to our next sponsor,
Let's do it.
Ladies, holiday parties and events are just around the corner. Are you ready to look your best? Support for today's episode comes from Honey Love. We all know with dressing up, there's always the lack of comfort that comes with shapewear. Most shapewear makes you feel like you're suffocating, but not with Honey Love. Honey Love is on a mission to create the most comfortable and effective shapewear for all of us ladies out there. We can get a little body conscious around the holidays, but our friends at Honey Love Shapewear have you covered. Now, you don't need shapewear to love your body, guys. If you're feeling body conscious, the answer is not different clothing items, of course, but some girls do feel a little bit better once they're wearing shapewear. And so if that's you, you can try this out. I know that I do like wearing shapewear, especially when I'm touring and doing my shows. So, but everyone's different. You don't need this to love your body. Just putting that out there. But for some women, it does help them out a little bit. You deserve to save this holiday season. For a limited time only, you can get Honey Love on sale. Get 20% off your entire order with the code RELAX. honeylove.com. Support our show and check them out at honeylove.com and use the code RELAX. As we reflect on this year, I like to look back and think about all the things I'm thankful for. One of them is Honey Love. Gotta say, because I love shapewear when I'm on tour. I wear it underneath my tour clothes, my show clothes.
Yes, you do.
To make sure everything's compact in there. And I gotta say, there's quite a few brands where I feel like I cannot breathe when I'm wearing it. And Honey Love is not one of those brands. So that's why I was really excited when I started trying them out, because I want to be able to breathe when I'm performing. And Honey Love lets me have that shapewear look that I love, but also I can breathe, which is important. No better way of self-love than giving yourself an upgrade of comfort and confidence with Honey Love's elite products. Honey Love's best-selling Superpowers Short has targeted compression technology that distinguishes between areas where you want more support and areas you need less compression. Their Signature X targets and sculpts your midsection without squeezing your natural curves. It's designed to work with your body, not against it. Superpowers Short is helping ladies everywhere sculpt and smooth from stomach to thigh by offering just the perfect amount of restriction. You won't have to worry about it rolling down, which is unheard of in shapewear. This piece is also a booty lifter. Boost bands on the back of the thigh give your bottom amazing shape. Ladies, we've all been there, struggling to take off a tight piece of shapewear with a bathroom line out the door. Ooh, man, the Superpower Short has 100% cotton gusset, so you can skip the extra undies. Plus, it has a convenient opening in the panty area for super easy bathroom. No costume change required. Now that's what we call easy access. But it doesn't stop there. Honey Love has more than just sculpt wear. They have incredibly comfortable bras, tanks, and leggings for everyday support. The crossover bra is the most popular bra they have. This bra gives all the support of traditional bras without using any underwires. Goodbye, underwire pokes and marks. We all have our favorite go-to bra, and this one's going to be yours. It's so comfortable that you'll be wearing it forever. You'll never want to take it off. Ladies, Honey Love should be the number one gift to yourself this holiday season. Whether it's for a wedding, Thanksgiving feast, or an everyday boost of confidence, Honey Love is the perfect +1. Treat yourself to the best shapewear on the market and save 20% off at honeylove.com with the code RELAX. Use code RELAX at honeylove.com. Feel and look as sexy as possible these holidays with Honey Love Shapewear. Ladies, you deserve it. Okay, guys, so this week was bananas, and this month is about to get even more bananas. There's so much going on. B-A-N-A-S.
What?
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
I think there was, how many N's?
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Bananas.
That is bananas. So this week, Halloween, we were so excited for Halloween. Flynn woke up, everything was fine. Then out of nowhere, he told Erik, "I'm cold, Daddy. I'm so cold." And Eric's like, "What? It's not cold in here." And then Wesley kind of bumped into Flynn in his little walker, like barely tapped him. And Flynn just started crying and crying and crying. He's like, I'm cold. And he's crying. And then he just projectile vomited everywhere. Like, it was crazy. Flynn's never vomited before. It was so nutso. All over Erik, all over the floor, all over the couch, all over the baby's feet. Mm-hmm. So Erik grabbed Flynn, runs him up to me because Erik was a sweetheart. He was alone with all 3 kids at this point. He's letting me take a nap. He's being super dad.
Well, just imagine you've made it to almost 4 years old and you've never thrown up in your entire life.
So he was terrified.
Not even aware of the concept of throwing up. Never witnessed anyone throwing up, never seen anyone throwing up.
He knew I threw up when I was pregnant, but like, I don't think he watched me doing it.
Yeah. I just like, but to do that for the first time, it's arguably a very traumatic experience.
I hate throwing up,
have the stuff that's inside your stomach come back up out your mouth violently.
It hurts.
In a projectile fashion onto your father and your younger siblings.
Yeah. So Erik,
it was pretty intense.
Ran up to me. I'd been asleep for maybe like half hour, 45 minutes at this point. And Erik runs him up to me. He throws him on my bed. Flynn's covered in puke. You're covered in puke. He's like, I got to go. Flynn just threw up. The babies are
downstairs. They were alone downstairs covered in throw.
Yeah, so he ran him back down to go get the babies. Wake up and take one. He gave me Flynn. So I'm trying to clean up Flynn and I have, a bucket for Flynn. I'm rubbing his back. He's like, Mom, I throw up. Oh my God. So that was how our week started. It was crazy. And then the end of that night, I thought the babies might be starting to feel a little bit sick. The next day, of course, they were very sick. They didn't throw up, luckily, but they didn't feel good. This little bug they got was no fun. So then we had to cancel Halloween and trick-or-treating, which was very sad. Then the kiddos got sick, and then the babies got ear infections in both ears. We had to
got sick.
And then we got sick, but then we celebrated Halloween late. Your parents came to town. So your parents are visiting while we're all sick. And they've been so helpful and wonderful. So we celebrated Halloween late. Then we celebrated the baby's birthday party was supposed to happen. We had canceled that. We just had a little private birthday party because the babies have turned 1. Like, so much has happened. Our anniversary is tomorrow. Corey's birthday's the next day.
Now we got to cancel our anniversary.
The birthday party's happening soon for them. Then it's going to be my birthday, Thanksgiving, Flynn's birthday, childhood cancer fundraiser, Christmas. It's a crazy couple months we're having right now.
This podcast is so stressful.
just talking about
just listing all the stressful things I have a hard time with.
It was a really crazy week. It's really hard seeing your kids sick.
Well, also like this was the first year that like he was like legitimately excited about Halloween, and we had built it up so much. We had the countdown ring thing to Halloween. We've been working on the costumes for like weeks. Mm-hmm. Like we were very excited about Halloween and doing like Halloween things the whole month leading up to Halloween. And then he was like, my first time ever seeing him like really like kind of bedridden.
It was really sad,
really sick. That was awful. And there were so many trick-or-treaters. Mm-hmm. Looking like they were having the best time.
Yeah.
So we had to do that at our house for him.
Yeah, we just had him walk around the house.
It just seems so unfair because he's already like spent his whole life almost consciously in a quarantine pandemic. Total bullshit. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Next year we'll have a good Halloween.
We'll have to go all out.
Yeah.
But it was a total bummer. And but that's okay. I mean, there's definitely worse things in life. We made up for it. We had a little Halloween day here on November 3rd or 4th or something like that. And then we celebrated the baby's first birthday yesterday. They're 1, which is crazy to think about. I cannot believe they're 1-year-old babies. And everyone said...
Forget how Flynn was when he was 1. Like, how are 1-year-old babies supposed to act? Are they behind?
No, there's no behind. They're just babies.
They're just babies?
Every baby develops at different speeds with everything. But this is what I wanted to say is that when you have kids, people say to you, who also have kids.
I mean, like, are they behind? I just like, I don't know. They just don't seem what you like you said, like, I don't believe that they're
1.
I'm just like clarifying that.
Yeah. No, they're perfect in every way, but yes, it's hard to believe they're 1. But I wanted to say that, what
parents say,
people always say to you that have older kids, they go, savor the moment. I love every second. It goes so fast.
Yeah.
It goes so fast. Don't take it for granted. These years, they go by so fast. Everyone says that when you have kids, for sure. Everyone says that. And that is so true. And it's such a nice reminder. However, when you have twins.
Yeah. This year does not feel. Yeah.
And when you talk to another twin parent.
Yeah.
They all say something very different. parents of multiples and parents who don't have multiples, and I'm not talking about multiple children. I'm talking about twins, triplets, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have twins, triplets, etc., those parents say, oh my gosh, savor the moment. Twin parents say, you just have to survive that first year. I've never heard a twin parent say like, savor the moment. It goes so fast.
Right.
Every twin parent is like, the first year is so hard. You just have to survive.
And I think arguably it definitely didn't, it feels way longer than a year. It doesn't feel like it flew by. It feels like
it flew by to me.
It feels like it was like, since there's 2 kids, it feels like it was like 2 years.
I felt like it flew by crazy fast. I felt like Flynn's first year felt like 20 years. Flynn's first year felt very long to me, but the baby's first year flew by. However, I feel like I savored the moment as much as I could, but I do just feel proud of us that we survived it because it was so
Yeah, they should be
hard.
throwing us a party.
It was really hard. It's been hard. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who have a lot harder. I'm not saying that I have the hardest of anyone on the planet. Obviously, we're so lucky in so many ways.
Yeah, I didn't take it that way.
But it has been so hard. And having twins is 1,000 times harder than I ever could have imagined it would be. And it's also so rewarding and so incredible and so amazing, but like it has been so hard. And I'm so proud of us that everyone said, get through that first year, just survive that first year. And then it gets a lot easier. Well, not easier, but probably just different. And we made it through the first year.
I guess we did.
And I think that's something to be proud of. It was a wonderful year, but also honestly, the hardest year of my life. Wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
The hardest year of our life for sure.
Yeah.
But it also has been one of the coolest.
And now it's just instantly over, all that hardness.
Someone said something that is making my mind explode. I wonder if I'll be able to explain it. I know this is intense, but this is intense. Okay. I saw a TikTok about this, guys. Okay.
You all of a sudden turned into a little squirrel eating a nut.
I know. Because I couldn't, this was a crazy thing. She said, okay, when you think about your birthday, like, okay, so when you turn, like, let's say you turn 20.
That's what I just turned, yeah.
Okay, you turn 20.
Me too.
When you turn 20, you've already lived your 20th year of life. So when you turn 20, you're now starting your 21st year of life.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that weird?
Oh my God.
Because when
that's why you had to tell me like a squirrel?
Yes, because it's weird to think about. It's kind of hard to understand. Because when you turn 1, like the baby's just turned 1, right?
Yeah, because they're 1 year old.
Because they just lived their first year of life.
Yeah.
So now they're starting their 2nd year of life. But they're only 1.
Of course.
But they've already lived their first year of life. They're 1, but now they're living their 2nd year of life.
Bro, come on.
Isn't that weird to think about?
Not at all.
What?
It's not at all weird to think about.
That is a weird thing.
Because they are that age, and yes, they're starting.
No, because you would think
but they're not
I'm
2 yet until they've lived another year.
I'm 1. I'm living my first year of life. I'm 2. I'm living my 2nd. No, you say. I'm 15. I'm living my 16th year of life.
That's not. That doesn't make any sense. I think that's just however you put it into perspective, like how you frame it. So if you frame it that way,
framing it. That's fact. That's truth.
Right, but I'm saying talking about it in that framework is like it's not like oh wow, like
no one else thinks that's fascinating. I think
like
that's fascinating.
A shooting star.
Erik finally saw a shooting star, guys. Did we not talk about that on the podcast yet?
We didn't. I saw 2 shooting stars. I saw 3 shooting stars.
He thinks 1 was a bat. It wasn't.
2 confidently, 1 quarter my eye, but I finally saw some shooting stars. And
you are so cute. You were like a little kid. You were like very excited.
Not a big deal, guys.
No, he was really excited. He like freaked out and applauded and screamed. It was so cute. When we were on our little trip for his birthday, he saw shooting stars. It was pretty magical.
Stare at the sky for what felt like so long.
We were staring at the sky for like, I'd say 10 seconds.
Like 4 quarts.
And Erik, after 10 seconds goes, I think I know why I've never seen a shooting star because I don't want to just like stare at the sky.
Well, I like to look up the stars, but I'm not going to stare at that. Like I don't have sky patience where I could just stare. Yeah. I wouldn't be a good astronaut because I wouldn't be able to like look out the window at just the stars all the time.
Yeah, he was very impatient, but luckily there was like a meteor showers coming up. So like there were quite a few that night. And you did see a few. It was very magical. We got to watch shooting stars together.
I saw 2.5 maybe.
That was a fun trip we had for our anniversary. It was so nice that I got you that trip for our anniversary.
That was for our anniversary. That's what I kept saying. You argued that.
So that's why I got you that present for our anniversary.
Oh, I see what you're doing now.
So it wasn't for your birthday. That was for our anniversary that we did that trip. So I'm glad I already got you that present.
Well, how nice of you to get that for yourself.
That's for you. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
You guys, we love you. Thanks for watching and listening this episode. That was kind of all over the place, but we're sick. We want to sleep really bad. And
I'm going to make chicken noodle soup.
That sounds so nice. We're going to eat some soup and we're going to go to bed. And we'll see you next week.
You know?
Next week, we're going to have had our anniversary and the baby's birthday party. And I don't know, what do you guys want us to talk about? Because every week we just kind of talk. And whatever ends up coming out of our mouths is what comes out of our mouths. But is there something you guys want us to talk about? Can you please leave a comment and let us know? We will discuss whatever you guys want us to talk about next week. We'll let you pick. How's that sound, love?
Sounds like a great date night.
It does sound like a great date night.
That's what I said.
I love it. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We love you guys. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
You can relax. Colleen and Erik have a podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home. But now we have big microphones. So you can relax. That's the name of our podcast.